Chapter 25. Candace stomped through the snow. Her mind was filled with hate and rage. She had been mad at Trimmer before, but this last incident was the final straw. As she kicked the snow, her mind began to wonder. Why was she so mad at Trimmer? She had never been this fierce with him before, so why now? Why this much? Had he really done something so horrible to deserve her verbal wrath? What an asshole! She hissed and fired a spike into a wall. Her tail lashed at the air madly. He tried to help me, nearly got me killed in the process. She repeated her earlier argument. Her talons stuck in the hard ground beneath ice. He never thinks things through. He just sees what he wants and goes straight for it without any regard for anything else. Her thoughts were interrupted by eerie howl. The dragon lifted her head and sniffed the air. The particles of ice floating in the air vibrated against the wind. The enemy was close. Perfect, she thought to herself. I need to get rid of this stress anyways. Suddenly there was a loud crash, and a tower of ice burst up in the middle of the fortress. The ice shattered, and a large fur-covered monster burst from the frosty cloud. The mutant wolf landed before the ice dragon and roared. The dragon spread her teeth and spread her wings, ready to fight. Did you hear that? Sparks held upon to his ear to listen. It sounded big. Flame growled and curved his lips slightly. Do you think Spyro and the others are alright? Amber asked worriedly. I hope so, Sam muttered. This place gives me the chills. And not for the obvious reasons. I hope Candace and Trimmer are going to be okay, Emma stuttered. Me too, Sam nodded, the heated argument still fresh in her mind. I know Candace didn't mean what she said. But even still, Flame looked back at the golden dragoness. She did cross the line with Trimmer. I won't disagree, Sal shook her head. But I can't help but wonder what's been going on with her lately. She's been acting strangely around Trimmer. Now that you mention it, Amber tooted. She had to recall the past several weeks. She has been a bit more tense around him. Like how? Flame raised her brow. Sparks flew over to rest his shoulder and listen in. You haven't noticed the way she's always at his side or staring at him when he eat our meals? Said the fire guy skeptically. Ever since we returned from the Eastern Dragon City, she always sits next to him. And they actually hang around each other. Amber nodded. They never did that before. Maybe it's because Ken is trying to help Phelan for Gaia, Flame suggested. Trimmer and Gaia were always beside each other no matter what. True, Sam nodded. But with Candace, she's more tense. Not as carefree as Gaia was. Maybe she's trying to be nice, but is being burdened by herself. What do you mean? Flame cocked his head curiously. She means that she's trying to be nice and help him out, but she's in conflict with herself over the whole matter. Matter, Amber explained. Conflict? Amber shook her head and sighed. If I didn't love you so much... She's used to not being on good terms with Trimmer, but now that they seem to be, she's confused. She doesn't know if it feels right or not. How could it not be right? The only alternative is to continue to argue every time you see the other dragon anywhere near you. But that's all she knows with Trimmer. She's not used to being nice to him or vice versa. I believe she's developing feelings for him, Spark smirked. Why else would she get so mad at him for trying to help her? Sure, it may not have been in the best way, but he was willing to save her life when it was in danger. The dragons remained silent to stare at one another. You don't think that's really the case, do you? Amber asked. Why not? Sparks insisted. Spyro and Cinder were mortal enemies at one point. Why not the Pepper and the Ice Princess? He has a point. Flame nodded, looking at Amber with an adoring expression. Miracles do happen. The dragons blushed and shied away slightly. Oh, Flame, not in front of Stella, she giggled. Yeah, hotshot, Sparks nodded. We have to find Spyro and the others first. Then I suggested we head towards that noise. Flame thrust his head forward. What? Why? Sparks got suddenly very alert. Because there's wolves around, and there's bound to be a dragon or two close by. Oh, right, Sparks mumbled. You know, I think you've been hanging around Spyro too long. You're starting to think like he does. Tremor trudged through the snow. His temper still lingered, clouding his mind and making him oblivious to anything around him. He sat heavily and watched his breath hang in the cold air for a moment. Seeing Ken stop breathing made him think of Candace, how she snorted ice when she was upset or irritated by something. He wanted to smile at the thought, but his temper held him back. He wanted so desperately to call her something hurtful, do something that would put her in her place for good. Tremor ground shook those thoughts out of his head. It was not like him to think that way. Nay, even about something he was mad at. He flopped down in the snow and let the chill cool him off. Stupid, he whispered to himself. That's all I am to anyone. Don't say that. Tremor's body began to glow with a yellow-green aura. The energy drifted away from his body and she sat on top of the snow in front of him. I never thought you were stupid. Guy shook her head. I know, sis. Tremor sighed again. But Candace does. You have to admit, you don't always think before you do things. Sometimes there's no time, though. Tremor lifted his hand in protest. Hell, I took a bolt of lightning that would have killed her, head on. He pointed to burn his chest. I didn't hear her complain when I didn't think that through. I just did it. I know. Gaia nodded and smiled spread across her cheeks as she gazed lovingly at her brother. You've really changed over the past couple months. I think it's for the better. You've kept your promise to me by being less of a pain to Candace. I wouldn't say less of a pain. Tremor rolled his eyes. She's still a know-it-all kiss-ass. I just try to be a pain less often. Gaia giggled. Okay, that's true. But I don't want you to give up on her yet. I know you like her and— Whoa. Tremor held up a paw. I do not like Candy. At least not like that. Gaia's tail twitched slightly and she raised her brow to her twin. Tremor, who are you kidding? There's no way you could possibly fool me on this. I know you too well. Tremor felt his body temperature rise again. I don't know what you're talking about, sis. Oh, really? Gaia narrowed her eyes at him. Ever since you two spent the night on the cliffs where our little secret spot was, you've been developing feelings for her. They were slight at first, but you can't honestly deny that you're not fond of her in the least bit. Tremor cursed lips wanted to protest. If he was ever wrong with someone, it was his sister, if not Candace. The other dragon let an exasperated sigh. Damn it. He cursed and slammed the paw to the ground, causing the snow to fall from the branches of trees nearby. I can't hide anything from you two. Gaia smiled warmly. I just know you, Tremor. But you really should tell her how you feel. About what? Tremor sat back down in the snow to pout. About how you truly feel about her. Not just what you portray on the surface, but what you feel in your heart. Tremor's eyes shifted from his sister's fall into the snow beneath her feet. It was then he noticed that the snow under her head had melted away, revealing the ground where fresh grass and flowers were beginning to sprout out. Tremor sighed again sadly. His sister really was a miracle of life. He closed his eyes and let a few tears slide down his cheeks before disappearing into the snow. Gaia noticed and cocked her head at him sadly. She knew he still carried the pain around every day with him. I miss you, sis. Tremor sniffed as he looked up at her with wet eyes. I know. Gaia smiled. A tear fell in her eye and fell to the ground. She moved closer to Bud and kissed him on the nose. Tremor felt a tingle run through his body. You'd better get going, she whispered. You may be able to tap before it's too late. Tremor felt a knot well up in his stomach. He nodded and wiped his face. I will. I love you, Gaia. I love you too, Tremor, the dragon replied softly. Her voice flew in the air as she faded from Tremor's sight. The cloud of yellow-green energy was absorbed back into Tremor's body. He felt a new power swell up within him and he breathed deep. He felt like he could do anything, including take on Malefor. He looked at the patch of fresh grass. A small tree had sprouted where Gaia's tear had fallen. Tremor smiled and kissed its tender leaves. He plucked a small bouquet of the flowers and formed a band around the clouds with some tightly packed stone. He used his claw to edge on the into bound before taking one last deep breath. Tremor gently picked the flowers and smiled before running out to find Candace.